Hello and welcome back to my surrogacy pregnancy update. This week I'm 8.5 months, 34 weeks. The baby is sitting very high up. He's right here, which is a handy tea shelf. It's actually so funny looking back on the 6-month pregnant video now because I thought I had a bump and I look back now and it's like, nah love, you just had a big dinner. So without further ado, let's get the big bump out. I'm all shiny again because of the oil. I feel like these bits, my sort of hip dips, have disappeared a little bit. They were quite prominent previously, but I do feel like I'm starting to get more rounded than just being all up front. Yeah, so here we are. With the baby being so high up, you can kind of see like my boobs pretty much rest on the bump. It does get quite uncomfortable of an evening. Sometimes my uterus ends up like almost digging into my sternum and my ribs, and yeah, it's not great. So on Monday this week I had an appointment with the midwife, the 34-week appointment. She measured me up. I'm 32 centimetres fundal height, the size of the uterus. So the baby's all on track on the growth chart, and we discussed some birth plan stuff and sort of got an idea of what I want in an ideal world. It's impossible to plan for certain, obviously, but I would like a pool birth and to try and be as chill as possible, so we've put all that in the notes. Things like the delayed cord clamping, which is really good for the baby, and when the placenta comes, I want the placenta to come naturally because the hormone that they use is oxytocin, which is also the love hormone. So I'd rather not have that if it's possible, if I can just wait for the placenta to come, but if it is taking forever, then of course I will accept all the medical intervention. Then on Tuesday we had a group midwife kind of birth plan call with the head midwife from the hospital, my midwife. This baby's got like so many women looking after him already. He's spoilt for choice. But we discussed everything really. It was amazing. The head midwife at the hospital is like a million miles an hour. She's amazing. She phoned me on Thursday to just get a few details, like next to kin details from my mum, to update me about the COVID policy and what happens if I'm asymptomatic or symptomatic if I go into labour. And she was rambling away and I hung up and I was like, wow, my head is spinning, and I looked, the conversation was 2.5 minutes. It would honestly have taken a normal person like a 10-minute phone call. I have no idea how she does it, but yeah, she's amazing, very, very efficient. On the group call, we discussed a variety of things, from the baby and the parents going to a separate side room once he's been born. Hopefully I get to stay in the birth centre, I get to stay in like the pool room, and can pretty much have like an immediate discharge as long as there's nothing wrong with me, as long as there are no complications. My mum can just bring me home like as soon as I want really. So that would be in an ideal world. It'd be great if I didn't have to spend any more time than necessary in hospital. It's really reassuring to have everything now in writing, signed, being distributed to everyone in the hospital. I've got a copy and everyone's just going to be on the same page when I go into labour, and it's not going to be a case of why are 4 people turning up for this baby, because obviously COVID and everything, it's a bit more unusual, but everything's falling into place. The head midwife at the hospital has also dealt with surrogacy cases before as well, so she's really on board with us. She's asked us to let her know when we do get admitted so that she can come along and say hi, and yeah, it's just really nice that everyone's sort of getting involved and supporting us. In other news, some pregnancy related symptoms that I've noticed this week. I can finally eat spicy food again. I don't know if I've mentioned this because my brain is absolutely not with it right now, but for a good probably 6 months I've just not been able to eat spicy food. Not because of any digestion problems or anything, just physically in my mouth. My taste buds have been so sensitive that the slightest bit of chilli really burns. So I could tell because my flatmate, her spice level was always quite a lot lower than mine. And we'd be eating the same thing. I'd be like, oh my God, my mouth's on fire. I had some jalapeno mini cheddars and I found them hot. I've just had a packet now, so like 6 months later, and I can taste the jalapeno and I'm like, that's nice. It's not burning my mouth. Another one was a McDonald's sweet chili wrap. Sweet chili. Who finds sweet chili spicy? And it was so bad that I had to just pick the chicken out of it and leave the wrap because there was too much sweet chili sauce on it. So it's really nice that that's kind of easing off and I'm getting back to my old spicy flavours, because yeah, I've been eating some pretty plain food the last 6 months. Another pregnancy symptom I've had this week is a really itchy belly button piercing scar. So a lot of women get a stretch mark here because it's scar tissue and not normal skin. It doesn't stretch like the rest of your belly, and I have got just a little one going across. I can't actually see my belly button, I don't know why I'm looking down. And yeah, it just got really itchy, which made it then go a bit red where I'd scratched it. So I'm kind of trying to leave it alone, and coconut oil and, you know, stuff like that. So if there's any woman out there thinking of getting their belly button pierced, don't do it. It's really not great. It leaves such a terrible scar. It wasn't that great of a piercing to begin with. I wish I'd just left it alone, but hey ho. The other itchy bit has been my boobs. I think, like, I'm happy with it because it's probably a sign they're getting bigger again, but God, they're unbearably itchy at the bottom sometimes. So I've not been wearing bras, I think this whole week. Yeah, it's been glorious. I've got a week without a bra. Lockdown's not all bad. Something else from this week is that it's been snowing and very icy, very cold, sort of -1 degree with wind chill -5. That's Celsius, by the way, Americans. And it's kind of prevented me from going out. I did go out for my midwife appointment on Monday and it was slippery. I slipped a few times, and when I got back I was like, nah, sod that, not going anywhere again. It just seems too risky. If I were to slip on the ice and fall, chances are I would fall backwards because, like, instinctively you protect the baby. But that's what my mum did when she was, I think, 8 months pregnant once, and she broke her wrist. So I was like, I'm just not gonna risk it. Just gonna stay in like a full lockdown this week, and I've been nowhere, not even been out for a run. Although I do think running might be coming to an end, unfortunately. I will give it a go next week. It's meant to warm up to about 10 degrees, but yeah, I don't know how much longer little man's gonna let me run for. The bonus of carrying around a rather large baby in your belly is they're like a little mini personal hot water bottle. So I've not actually been feeling the cold as much. I'm still wearing a pre-pregnancy jumper that's like a huge wraparound thing that's like double layered. So with a long sleeve t-shirt and that jumper and my thick coat, I was still sort of just about warm enough in the -5 degree wind. It's just my cheeks that were really cold. So there are definitely some upsides to having a little passenger on board. Baby shower, so the baby's mum is having all of her friends on Zoom. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this before or after, so I'm not going to go into the details just in case she watches this before the party, but it's going to be really good fun. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of her friends. I already know her mum and Al's mum and a couple of her close friends who I met, I think, pre-pregnancy. So it's just going to be a really fun night. She's been sent so many gifts, she's absolutely overwhelmed, and yeah, it's just going to be brilliant. It's going to be really good fun. We're sort of going to get dressed up fancy and yeah, just have a good time. So speaking of getting dressed up, I decided, I got a little ASOS haul and I'm going to go through it on camera. I've also just realised I was going to sit down for these bump updates. I'm very proud of myself for staying on my feet. Okay, let's start with these bad boys. Pink's not really my colour, but I'm a sucker for a bargain, and they were on sale. They were cheaper than the black ones, and I thought, you know what? Why not? So I was very ambitious at the start of the pregnancy. I bought lots of maternity wear in a size 10. It was a comfortable size 10. And you know, they make room for the bump, but I've outgrown all my size 10 stuff. It's just not gonna happen. I was gonna try and get away with it for the last 6 weeks, but then if I go overdue, then that's 8 weeks, that's 2 more months of being pregnant. So I don't really want to be wearing tight clothes for that long. So these are a size 14, I believe. Let's see what happens. Oh, also, getting changed. Prego is such hard work. My balance is still quite good though for 8.5 months pregnant. God, it's so difficult, you wouldn't believe. Oh yeah! Oh, they're so see-through! You can see my underwear! Oh man, I was so excited. That's shocking. Such a shame because they're so comfy on my umbrella. Right, what else have we got anyway? So as I mentioned, pool birth. So I ordered some tranquilis. Oh yes, oh I like that. I'm gonna go off camera to put this on to avoid an accidental nip slip. Not sure how I feel about this. So, it's very padded, which is not a bad thing. I ordered quite a large size because I want it to be comfy. And I mean, the bump fits and it will continue to fit, which is nice. I'm just not sure how I feel about the ginormous pads. These bits are empty. I haven't got any boobs there. So, I'm not sure. I'll have to think about this one. Give me your opinions, guys. Yeah, these are the matching undies for it, which are over bump. Let's put them on over the leggings. I'm gonna look like Superwoman at this rate. Oh god, I can't even get my leg in. Leg in. Whew. Oh dear, what am I doing? So, whew. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Let's get my Superwoman knickers off. I have never, ever worn animal print. But I thought, there's a first time for everything. Ah, so this isn't padded. I've got a feeling I'm gonna like this more. You know what? I am so pleasantly surprised. I really like it. It's thin, it's super comfortable. I haven't got any pads to worry about dripping and getting wet all the time. I really like it. Sort of matching pants, because I couldn't find the matching ones for this. So I got some slightly different ones, but they're still leopard print. They're ginormous. Now these are fully over bump as well. Right, let's go for the Superwoman look again. I always keep my underwear on, but you never know who's had them before you. Or you can hear the plastic going. But you never know whose vagina's been on that plastic. Just wouldn't take that risk. Oh, they're brilliant. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, I'm glad I left the pink leggings on. They look class. Yep, I think we've got it. This is the outfit little baby's gonna come into the world wearing. Well, no, I'm gonna be wearing it. Speaking of baby shower, it's the only event. So I thought, get something a bit fancy. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a real bra and pop this one on. Oh, well, boobs for days. Glad I bothered with a real bra. This is an almighty success. I wish I was going out in it. Just imagine, navy blue lace, bright red lipstick, huge bump. I still got the bright pink leggings on, by the way, and my donut socks. So from the knee up, I look classy-ish. Last of all, a hoodie. It's an oversized hoodie, because again, I noticed my last hoodie starting to get a little bit tight. So I've gone for a nice big comfy one. Oh, where's my head? Got the dress and the leggings and the socks. What a combo. Oh, actually, to be fair, this covers my bum, so I might be able to get away with the leggings with this jumper. Oh, let me hoof the hoodie off, I'm boiling. All in all, that was a pretty successful ASOS shop. I think I'm going to send back the pink tankini and matching bottoms, and I do think these pink leggings are going to have to go. So this dress was the biggest success of them all. It was cheap as well. £10.80, down from 42. That's a huge discount. I'm going to try and wear this when I'm not pregnant. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed something a little bit different, me trying on different maternity clothes this week. And personally, I like to hit the bell notification on YouTubers that I'm following, because I then get a notification every time they post. If I'm busy, I swipe it away, but let's face it, I'm 8.5 months pregnant in a pandemic. I'm not usually that busy. So please do hit that bell notification if you want to stay up to date with my videos, and don't forget to like this video. Bye for now.